So we're working on a 996.2, again, it's 2002, and fuel pump went out. So I'm taking out the 13 mil. Now this is a guess, because Paul and I don't know where the fuel pump actually is, other than that it's in the tank. So there's nobody online that did this video. We figured while we're here, working in the garage on the street, we might as well do something. So we took the 13 millimeter out, hopefully. There's a seal, so hopefully something's there. Okay, there it is. So there's a video online that somebody else has when you have a an all-wheel drive. It's actually right here. So there's a little square opening in the front side, actually in the trunk compartment. This one's a little different. You got to pull the battery out. So we're gonna get a vacuum out all this ash and stuff from the recent fires here in Southern California. Then we're gonna clean this up, and we went and got a factory Porsche fuel pump and seal instead of you know, usually I like to do the upgrades and stuff. So I would try to do a Walboro or somebody like that, but I read so many problems with a Walboro conversion that I just said screw it, spend the $600 and buy it from Porsche. And by the way, they don't have any in this nation. You got it. They all come from Germany. So 3-day shipping. Yeah, there you go. All right, so we've got a pressure line, a return line, and an electrical connector. So I believe these push down and out, but I'm not 100% sure. So you're kind of going to learn with me. It felt like it went down. Yep, okay, so that was simple. Let's do the same on this one, but it's down inside here. So I'm gonna kind of pry against the body and try not to cut my fingers on the sheet metal. Okay, that was pretty easy. Pretty simple so far. All right, now the electrical is a bail. And I don't know, maybe just spread the two. I'm gonna try to keep my hands out of the, nope, that doesn't feel right. Okay, so I pushed the two to get, I went like that, I squeezed it. And when I squeezed it, you can see in there, it opened it. Okay, so now we just have to take off the retaining ring, which there's usually a tool for, and I don't have the tool, so this should be, oh wait, so we got some silicone here holding it. Oh, that's an epoxy. No, that's a silicone. So I might cut that with a razor blade. Nope, there we go. We might get lucky here. Like I said, the sheet metal in here is very sharp, so careful of your hands, because I am prying pretty good with this stuff. Switching screwdrivers to a smaller one. Try to get under here. Oh, what a pain. Probably not the recommended Porsche way of doing this. There we go. It's loose. Come on. There we go. So, and it's kind of like a little harder than a silicone, but it's not a hard epoxy. So I don't think we're gonna be putting that back on. Let me see if I can do this. Nope. So I'm gonna get a big screwdriver, and I'm going to try to get it right about there, and nope. Okay, we might need to take a little camera break while I figure out how to do this. All right, so we got it loose. Actually, Paul got in here with his gorilla hands and was able to Viking this thing off with superhuman strength, and then it's still kind of tight, but there it is. A lot of places make the removal tool for this. You could try a screwdriver. Maybe you could try to hit it at both times with a friend of yours. Do something. It was kind of a pain. So all right, I'm gonna try to get it up out of here now. O-ring seal. And there's the seal. Try not to break any fuel lines or anything. There's the bucket coming up. There's a fuel sending unit in there too. So the good thing is when you buy it from Porsche, it comes with everything. Now there's fuel lines in here that go to both sides of the tank. Oh, now I see what is wrong with mine. It was broken in half. You'll see it when I pull it up. So I'm gonna have to take this fuel line off. Can you guys, let me grab a screwdriver so I can show you guys something. There's a zip tie right there. That's gonna need to come off. Then I'm gonna need to push that in. All right, so this electrical connector right here that runs all the way up to right here is taut right now. So I'm not sure what it's hooked to, but we're gonna address that. We're gonna disconnect it. And you can see something down in there. I'm pointing at it, you see it move around. That down there is not supposed to be moving around. I think that's what the problem with this vehicle is. Something broke loose.
When you're ready.
So we have two pickups, this one and this one, and there's a release right there, just like the releases on the top. We're just going to push it in. I know you can't really, there you go. So that release right there, I'm going to press it in. I'm sure that this other pickup has the same release. We might have to cut that zip tie out of there, and that should allow us to take the bucket up, and then we'll look down in the tank. And I actually don't think it was the pump. I think something else went wrong with it, but we'll know in a minute. So not exactly sure what all this is, but this kind of goes in here like a pen. I'm drinking fuel now, and then it kind of goes back inside there. We're going to put it back together. You can see the rail, it lines up, it goes like that. So this is the sending unit. There's the sweeper and everything. So this must be more of the evap can, which is probably what this is, the evaporative can. And I'm not really sure how this system works. I'm not going to worry about wondering how it works. We're going to put it back in. So what we found out was that came loose. The float was stuck up like that. So we thought the car had 3/4 of a tank of fuel in it. It's empty. You can see to the bottom of the tank. So when I looked into the bottom of the tank, I saw the pump down there, which is why those two wires I was talking about, these two, needed to be disconnected. They go to that tank. So that's the pump. And I did read online that it takes a quarter turn or something. So I can feel it does move side to side. Sorry guys, this is not the greatest. Okay, so I turned it counterclockwise, about 1/8 of a turn. Oh my God, come on now. Can you guys see it there? So I turned it about 1/8 of a turn. All right, so I'm gonna have to take the lines up first because it won't all fit through here at one time. So here's the lines and the wiring. It's like giving birth. And, oh my God, there we go. And that's the pump. And you can see fuel in the bottom of the bucket. Ugh, what a pain in the ass. Now, technically, there's nothing wrong with this pump. But, since the car has 100,000 miles on it, we're going to replace the pump because it's out. Tank seal. This one, technically, this thing's super soft. There's nothing wrong with it. I could probably reuse it, especially for what they charged me for a tank seal. This is the pump. I think it comes with the lines, and with it really how old these lines are and everything, I'll just replace it. So, like I said, took 6 days to get here from Germany. None were stocked in the US as of 2020. That could be COVID for all I know. So nice paper. Okay, so like I said, pump. There we go, pump, all new nice hoses, new seals, check valves, everything's sealed like you'd expect from Porsche, ultra bitchin'. So I think it's the right decision to just put a brand new pump back in it. Like we said, it's right here. It's got to be updated anyway. There's the filter. Let's see what the original one looks like. Nice. So not too bad. Just a little bit of crap in the bottom of the tank. So that's really not that bad for 100,000 miles of driving. All right, so we're gonna put this down in there. You can see here's the cam locks. So it goes in, you put it in, you turn it 1/8 of a turn, like I said, till it locks in there. Then we're gonna run these lines. Oh, so look, it does have different connectors and everything. So it's a little improved design. So we're gonna plug these two then into the bottom of this. So this piece in, then this piece in. We have to fix that. Hopefully it doesn't pop apart again. So this drops in. Pretty simple. Goes in easier than it comes apart. got to remember how it was timed. So this is just a feeling around kind of thing. You can't see, you just sticking your hands down at the bottom of the fuel tank and there. Okay, I got it on it. And I went, okay, it's got to be timed. So I'm out of time right there. If I can give you guys a tip, I will, once I figure out how the hell it goes in. I know you guys can't see it. You have Paul shoot it once it's in there, but getting it on top of the lock isn't the problem. It's getting it, so I'm on the lock again. I'm in the wrong spot. So I'm gonna take it and maybe I should take it out and show you guys the lock. I will do that. Let me show you guys. Maybe it'll give me a better idea too. So in the bottom right here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 locks. And you can see they're timed differently. They probably put that blue mark there for some stupid reason that I don't know. So you can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4 1, 2, 3, 4 tabs. That one right there, the top one, or however you want to look at it, that one is the smallest. So we're gonna line that one up with the smallest one here. Is that actually the blue one, Paul? Is the smallest one? Looks like it. Looks like it. So on the bottom of the pump, the blue is the smallest one. So that is what that stupid mark is. So this one lines up with the smallest mark there. That should be interesting. So that means drop it in like this. Take it down here. Okay, it's on top of it. That was it. There it is. It only took half an hour. And it doesn't, you can feel that it has the lock isn't really defined like clunk, it's just a click, click. So it's very small. So we have the wiring up here, or the wiring and the lines up here. So we're gonna get those back in the tank. So there's a couple ways to fix this. We might use, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna get a zip tie. We're gonna put a zip tie right there just to hold it. So what's happened over time, the spring pushing down on it has spread the body down here. So we're gonna tighten that up with a zip tie. And then once it's in the bottom of the car, it shouldn't, I don't know how the heck it came out, but whatever. All right, we're gonna fix it. So we'll be back. The double clamp, where you gotta push it from both sides like this, goes straight in the bottom of the pump. So it goes into this one, right here. Okay, and this one, let me get the connector out of there. This one comes around. Let's go back through here. And it goes at the one that goes 90. Can you guys see that? Goes, hold on here. It goes to this one right here. Right there. So we're gonna, that one like that. That's it for this time in the driveway, man. See you guys again.